Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Current Radio. Check us out online at currentradio.com. You can download the Current Radio app to your smart device and take us anywhere you go all summer long. Plus, find us on social media. Just search up Current Radio and stream live on YouTube right now. Head over to YouTube, search up Current Radio, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And you can watch us from the Current Radio studios. They are powered by Adaptive Networks for your IT needs. Call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It is Adaptive Networks. And welcome to the JR Show. We have a great show for you lined up today. It is a Wellness Wednesday, and we've got double the doctors coming this afternoon. We'll speak with Dr. Verdi. He is with the California Neurology Institute. We're going to be discussing Parkinson's disease. And then my doctor, Dr. Kothary, who it's easier to get an interview with him than it is to get an appointment, but he's the best doctor in all of town. He is I believe, the chief medical officer for Dignity Health, not just here locally, but in the region. So we'll talk to Dr. Kothary about men's health and things that you should be doing at different ages to make sure that you are being taken care of and on top of your health so that you can stick around for a long, long time, especially if you got family and you got kids. I didn't start taking my health very seriously, and I wouldn't even argue that I take it as serious as I should right now. But I didn't even start going to see a doctor regularly probably until my daughter was born. And then I said, you know what? I should probably at least go in once a year. And so once she was born, then I started at least going in for yearly physicals. And then last year I did my first bout of getting my numbers. They were pulling blood for me, doing some blood work, getting some baselines. I turned 45 last summer, so I had to do those things. Kothary will talk about how I'm supposed to get a colonoscopy. Hell, he might just refer me on the air right now, Chris. You know what, doc, just refer me now. Can we just go ahead and get an appointment today just to prove to all of these guys, as stubborn and hard-headed as JR is, you can do it too. So we'll talk with my doctor, Dr. Kothary. We'll talk a little bit of sports, but it's not so much sports as it is. It has to do with sport. It happened in sports, I guess you can say, but it's more LGBTQ plus related, inclusiveness and faith. It has to do with some baseball players wearing some Pride Month caps and things that they wrote on it, and they got in trouble and what was done and what was said. And do you know what I'm talking about, Chris? The San Francisco Giants had a Pride night the other day, I guess, to honor Pride Month. I won't get started now, but we will break that down and what the players did write on their hats, those that chose to wear the hats, and what they wrote on those hats, what it represented to them, and the fallout from that, and the continued fallout as it is, I guess, Pride Month, June, Men's Health Month, Juneteenth. Here's the question, Chris. Not that I guess you can answer. I'm going to get in trouble for this. Chris is like, oh boy, why are you dragging me in it? He's like, why you say my name?
No, just go ahead.
Okay. Can I celebrate Juneteenth?
I feel like everybody should.
As a Hispanic, or is that like a black holiday?
No.
And technically, I'm not allowed to celebrate. And then there goes, my next question would be, do I celebrate Pride Month because I'm not homosexual? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but again, I don't think necessarily Pride Month is something you celebrate. It's more of just something you kind of acknowledge.
Okay. I thought we had to. So I only have to acknowledge them in June then. The rest of the year, the 11 months, I don't have to acknowledge
Not necessarily.
homosexuality.
see why you would
You
think
see,
that
you
from my
see,
statement,
you see
but
where
that's
I'm
not
going.
necessarily
Like,
what I mean.
you see where I'm going though. Like,
As far as Juneteenth, I feel like everybody should celebrate Juneteenth because it's more of a celebration of
history.
of history.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
historical.
And we should all remember why, we're
Yes,
at this point in time. But
right.
when it comes to Pride Month, I
You got nothing.
for you. I got nothing.
I
for
told you probably don't know. I wasn't like trying to say Chris would know. He's part of the LGBTQ plus. I wasn't.
No, not myself.
No. He is single, by the way, ladies. Just saying. I'm trying here, brother. I'm trying. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And what else is going on? Some more crazy stories from the internet. Another girl dies in a fall in Brazil. Don't know if you saw that one. A bear attack. Some ladies sleeping on a beach, getting swept away. Just crazy madness things that I find on the internet. We'll talk about some of those things. What was the other thing? Oh, they had a cleanup on the river. The district attorney, and I don't know, maybe I'm just reading this story wrong about this escapee, and he was supposed to go to trial. I'll explain some of that in a little bit as well. But we're learning more about the crash that happened on, what was that, Monday? Don't think it was, I don't even know what day it is anymore, dude. Even my daughter's confused about what day it is. I didn't feel that bad when she was like, wait, today's Wednesday? I was like, you're asking the wrong person, kid. But yeah, today's Wednesday. We're learning more about the crash that happened. I believe it was on Monday. And some of those people that were on board, they now have identified all 8 of the crew members that were aboard the crash. Some of their relatives are starting to speak out. We won't know. We won't get an official, I guess, word on exactly what happened. They're saying that's going to take up to 6 months. But the Air Force has identified the following victims. Air Force Colonel Gregory Watson. He's a 53-year-old weapon systems officer from Louisiana. He worked for Boeing. Lieutenant Colonel Gabriel Estrella, a 40-year-old weapon systems officer, Air Force Operational Test and Evaluation Center, Detachment 5 out of Edwards Air Force Base. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Miles Middleton, 50 years old, a pilot with Boeing from Tehachapi, California. Major Alexander Davis, 34 years old, weapons systems officer, the 419th Flight Test Squadron out of Lancaster, California. Major Robert D. 40, pilot, the 419th Flight Test Squadron at Edwards Air Force Base, California. Major Bradley Hovey, 35, pilot with the 419th Flight Test Squadron out of Edwards Air Force Base. Jeremy Smith, 32 years old, flight test engineer, the 419th Flight Test Squadron out of Rosemont. And Christopher Richard, 41, flight test engineer. He was a J-24 contractor out of Lancaster, California. Again, we won't know exactly, or at least officially, what went down. We do have some audio, and I can't remember, trying to remember which, why is Terry Akawili calling me? Like she's headed this way with the doctor, and she's calling me like she doesn't know I'm currently on the radio. It's fine, Terry. It's fine. But one of the widows was speaking out, and I believe she spoke with KGET. I believe it's the widow of Jeremy Smith. And here's a clip of her discussing the last time she saw him as he left for work that morning.
He got up early and we did our usual thing. Our baby woke up at the time that he was leaving, and he made him a bottle for me to give him. So he brought it up, left it on the staircase for me, kissed me goodbye like any other day, and then he left. And that's the last memory I have of him.
I couldn't even imagine. He walks out of the house and you never see him again. You never see him again. They've got 2 kids, I believe, 2 boys that he leaves behind. She also went on to discuss I guess I'll just let it play, but apparently they knew something wasn't right with the plane. This was supposed to be a test, and this is what the widow is saying, that the test was originally supposed to occur last week. Here is Mrs. Price, or Mrs. Smith, I'm sorry.
What he told me on Friday was that his plane was broken. So he was supposed to fly on Friday, and the mission just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. Between Friday evening and Monday, supposedly it was fixed. And I don't know, like, they should just not have flown that day.
So, and this is according again to the widow, they knew they were supposed to originally fly out on Friday for this test mission run that they were on. And again, according to the widow, they delayed the testing on Friday because something, as she stated, the plane was broke. Now, officially what that means, again, we probably won't know for 6 months, but if what she's saying is true, if what her husband expressed to her on Friday was, hey, and I have no reason to believe that she's not telling the truth. Her husband was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to fly out today, babe. And they get, we didn't fly. There's something wrong with the plane. They've delayed it. We'll probably get out on Monday. And if that doesn't, I mean, every time I hear somebody go, yeah, guess how long we had to sit on the tarmac? Heck, one of our coworkers just got back from vacation. And she was talking about, yeah, they had to fix a screw on one of the doors or something like that. And I just, nope. It's bad enough when I get on the plane. If we don't start moving immediately, I start to already have second thoughts about being on a plane. Much less alone, they tell me, sir, attention passengers, we're going to have to delay the plane. There seems to be a problem with one of the batteries. No, that's why I get up and say, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and take another flight. Nope. And so for her to know that, and then for Monday, for them to go and attempt this test, I guess, is just, and she knew, she knew there was something wrong with the plane on Friday, but they should have never been up. That is what the widow of one of the deceased is saying. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a break, Chris. Just unfortunate, just a sad, unfortunate set of events. They do have a GoFundMe page set up for the family. I'm sure many of them will, which also makes me go, isn't the government going to step in and take care of these families? At least you would hope that they would step in and say, hey, don't worry. We got it covered. You got to imagine in a job with that kind of risk that you would have some sort of life insurance. Heck, I think through our thing we got life insurance, Chris. Heck, I could kill over on the air right now, and Lily's going to have a little bit of money left. She is the benefactor of whatever I leave behind.
My mom is mine.
Huh?
My mom is mine for now.
Yeah. Like, whatever. Leave it to them. But just a sad set of events out there at Edwards Air Force Base. Thoughts and prayers to all the family. and those involved. We'll get to a break on the other side, talk about an encampment cleaned up, happened over last couple of days. And is the district attorney, or at least the prosecution, negotiating with a convicted murderer facing life and one-time escapee? I'll explain after the break. Plus, it's a Wellness Wednesday. We got two sets of doctors. Dr. Verdi, he is with the California Neurology Institute, going to be discussing Parkinson's. And then my doctor, Dr. Kothary, talk about men's health, things that we should be doing at least my age anyways. It's the JR Show. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. First Look with Scott Cox, mornings 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Thursday edition of the First Look program, we will chat with...
Nice shirt. Oh, it's my Houchin shirt. It's my Houchin shirt. Mom says hi, tell Burdick to relax. You're right, Sergio. I never heard about never lie to your mama, though. I ain't gonna lie. I probably told mom, I hope you're not listening. I probably lied to my mom at least once or twice. You shouldn't. But definitely never lie to your doctor and never lie to your lawyer. Those are the two people that will always try to keep you out of trouble, no matter what. Doctor's trying to save your life. Don't lie about anything that you do. And the lawyer will try to keep you out of jail. So just tell them the truth. Those are the two people you should never lie to. This is really good. It's the Sonic 250 Shake Slush. Oh my gosh. So good. I need to go check on the kid. I got the kid down the hall. I got to drop her off at this. You guys hear me complain about it a lot. And the other day when I was cleaning my apartment, I had to flip a switch in my head. It was a song that came on called Grateful by the Red Clay Strays. And halfway through cleaning, as I was frustrated with cleaning, I had to remind myself that I'm blessed to have a place to clean. And then even as I was during the week, as I'm going, man, I got to run from here and I got to go there and I got to take this kid over here and I got to drop her off there. And then I got to make sure she's doing this and that. And then I got to get back over there and I got to get back over here. And it's about perspective and again, just being grateful and saying, I'm instead of, man, I got to be over here. No, you don't have to be. You're blessed to be able to be. You should be grateful. I'm grateful that I have a healthy daughter that is wanting to do and try all these new different things. I should be grateful that I have a job that allows me to run and go do something in the middle of the day if I need to. I should be grateful that I have all of these issues because I could be in a lot worse position. So it's just being mindful and being of remembering perspective and being grateful. But this is good.
Every $10,000 you purchase by July 2nd. Text the word secure to the number 989898 to get a free info kit from Birch Gold. Eligibility for this limited time offer. Again, text the word secure to 989898 today.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3. Oh, yeah.
I should know who sings this. Who is it? I can't. I bet I'm terrible with names. Terrible with names. Okay. I hear that now. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. Who'd they announce today for the Kern County Fair?
Oh, Bare Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked Ladies.
And yes, that is a band.
No, that's a band. Don't, ladies. You have to. Clothing is not. You have to wear
It's not
clothing.
optional.
It's mandatory. It's not optional. Clothing is
Oh.
mandatory, unless you're on one of these nude bike rides that went through London. Did you see that the other day?
I'm good on that.
Yeah, there was a nude bike ride. Apparently, they're very popular and have shown up in all sorts of places, Australia, and just But they said you have to be. You can't be naked for a prolonged period of time before the bike ride, and you have to get redressed following the bike ride.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
Yeah. And bicycle seats are optional. Just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, the Bare Naked Ladies, the latest act to be announced to go along with who else, Chris? I would start naming them, but I think I'll get in trouble because I shouldn't say this, but I have the full list. And so I can't go off of what I remember because some of them probably haven't been announced yet. Collective Soul have been announced. I believe that was one of them. Or gosh, I hope that was one of them that was announced already.
I'm double checking because to be honest with you, I have no idea.
I know one was Collective. Man, I hope one is Collective Soul. If not, I'm sorry, Kern County Fair. I just announced another one for you. That'd be terrible. Maybe we should just stick to the one we do know for sure. Bare Naked Ladies coming to the Kern County Fair. It's going to be a great time. I love the fair. Love the fair. Love getting out there. My daughter loves going out there. We look at the animals, get on all the rides. It's a good time. Well, I don't get on any of the rides. She'll get on some of the rides. It's like doing dangerous things in foreign countries. There's probably something you shouldn't do. Speaking of things that we shouldn't do, should we be negotiating with convicted murderers facing light? What? Is Collective Soul good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, I'm clear
We're
on
good.
okay.
And Ernest is the
Ernest.
as well.
Ernest. Now, I'm not familiar. Ernest who? Like Ernest the comedian?
No, apparently it's a country singer.
Oh, because I remember, I don't know, you might be too young, Chris. Ernest, the movies, Ernest Goes to Camp.
Okay, I know of them. I've never actually watched any of them, though.
Okay. I didn't know if it was that Ernest.
No, it is definitely not.
It's not that Ernest. No. Ernest Goes to Jail. He had the whole series. Ernest does this, Ernest does that.
I mean, you can go and probably laugh at this guy, but I don't think he'll take it very well.
Okay. Apparently, the country music artist Ernest will be performing at the fair, as well as Collective Soul and Bare Naked Ladies. More to be announced. I've signed a confidentiality, non-disclosure, so I can't speak on the other acts that are going to be coming. You can?
No, I can't say nothing. I don't know. I haven't seen the list.
Oh, well, that's good, Chris. And
I know nothing.
Keep yourself out of trouble that way. And speaking of keeping out of trouble, again, should we be negotiating with somebody that is facing a life term for murder and already has escaped once from custody? If you don't know who I'm talking about, it's Francisco Alejandro Garcia. If you don't remember him from being one of 4 other members of the Colonia Bakers street gang, they were found guilty in connection to 2 separate shootings back in 2021 that wounded 2 different people on Kentucky Street and killed a man out at Mesa Marin Sports Complex. Well, if you don't remember him from that, maybe you remember him from being one of the latest inmates to escape from custody while being tended to at Kern Medical. Oh, I wasn't ready for that one in my ears. I didn't realize I was that late behind. I wasn't even watching the clock. No, but apparently he is. He's one of the latest to be escaped from jail. But he went to court, and his attorney yesterday One asked for a stay, like a delay, because apparently the other prosecutor on the case is currently in another trial. And they set a hearing for August to see where negotiations stand. What do you mean negotiations? For what? He was brought into the courtroom by 4 deputies who stood by him during the proceeding. It's just insane. Why are we negotiating? What's there to negotiate? He killed somebody and then he escaped. It's crazy. Be right back.
Or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Maybe this is you too. There is enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. LoveYourMindToday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care.
Terrible for me.
Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org.
So good.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Headlines from the KERN Newsroom.
I'm Chris Davis. 2 of the people killed in the B-52 crash at Edwards Air Force Base were employees of Boeing. The company put out a prepared statement Tuesday expressing grief for the families and for all 8 people killed and their loved ones. The base also says they will be offering services on weekdays like grief and mental health counseling through the Emergency Family Assistance Program on the base. An Iranian group called Handala says they were able to hack into water systems in Bakersfield, Visalia, and Chico. But so far, the people who run those water systems say they can't find any evidence of that. The group says they could have shut the water off at any time. Gas prices in California, $5.68 is the average for a gallon of regular now, says Gas Buddy. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Step into the spotlight at the all-new and always thrilling Hard Rock Casino Tejon, just 15 miles south of Bakersfield. Play your favorites across over 2,000 slot machines, plus baccarat, blackjack, roulette, and craps. And with Unity, whatever you do, you get rewarded. Play here and redeem at other Hard Rock properties. Enjoy live entertainment, exceptional dining, and energy only Hard Rock can deliver. Hard Rock Casino Tejon. It all happens here. Must be 21 or older. Concerned about your gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. For the Central Valley, that means local service including burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and custom security designed to work with business operations. Bay Alarm has real people rooted in your community looking out for your business. After 8 decades and 3 generations of family ownership, our promise is still the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
I don't believe it's been slitting my throat is all I ever heard your voice through.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. Doctor is a little tied up. He's going to try to make it in, but if not, that's okay. We'll get him back. Dr. Verdi with California Neurology Institute is supposed to stop by and talk a little bit about Parkinson's disease. But as again, with the people that I give passes to whenever they can't make it, or they end up last minute having to deal with an emergency. Doctors and lawyers. No politicians, you're not on the list. If you schedule an appointment or you schedule an interview, by God, you better show up. Talking to you, man, Precor. Has she ever been on? She's been on once, right? What did we have her on for? We had her on for something after
Was it
that.
on your show, though? Or was it on Ralph's show when she first started running?
No.
Because I remember her being on Ralph's show for sure, because I believe she came on with Raji.
Right.
Raji Brar.
Right.
And
then we were supposed to have her on 2 different times.
Right.
And she stood us up. One time she was supposed to call and she no-called, no-showed. And then the second time she was supposed to show up with Supervisor Leticia Perez and she bailed on her. But I want to say we had her on for something. I can't remember what it is. But if you're a politician, you better show up for an interview. Doctors, lawyers, they get a pass. Because they're dealing with much life and death situations. Both of them sometimes. Literally. So free passes for doctors and lawyers. And also, and as Sergio in the chat on YouTube was saying, those are the people you shouldn't lie to either. Doctors, lawyers, and he threw your mom in there. Said you shouldn't lie to doctors, lawyers, or your mom. I know my mom's listening, and Chris, your mom's listening. You lie to your mom.
I've never lied to my mom.
You shouldn't, but you lied to your mom.
I've never lied to my mother.
Please. You're not the good Catholic golden boy you play to be. Don't even.
Don't you put me in that category.
Don't even. I've never lied to my mama.
I love my mama. I don't lie to my mama.
You don't count little white lies. That's what it is. You know your family's listening. That's why you ain't speaking.
No, I just don't. I don't lie.
I don't lie. I just omit the truth. I just don't tell her. I don't tell her everything. I'm not lying. I didn't say it. That's all.
Nobody lied. They know lies being told.
If I didn't say anything, that means I didn't lie. I didn't have to. She didn't ask. I didn't tell. Basically. But he said, don't lie to your moms and lawyers and doctors. And it's true. Don't lie to doctors because they're trying to save your life. Tell them everything. Doesn't matter if you do drugs, you drink 5 drinks a night. Tell your doctor that, please. Don't try to lie to him. And tell your lawyer the truth. If you did something, tell them. Then they at least know to do the Chris move. We won't talk about that in court. Not that Chris has been in court. I meant when lying to his mom. Speaking of moms, Anthony in the chat said his mom said hi and tell Chris to settle down. If you were with us yesterday, I was talking to Anthony and I said, hey, tell your mom I said hi. And Chris was like, hey, dude, that's kind of a burn, man. You can't be telling people tell their mom said hi.
I'm just saying, my millennial mind goes straight there. You can't be telling
me tell mom.
No.
Don't ever tell me to say, hey, tell your mom I said hi. It's not like that. But she said hello and tell Chris to settle down in there. So hi, Mrs. Leary. Love you. But yeah, the good doctor is tied up. So we'll give him a pass. We'll get him on next week. But that doesn't mean it's not still a Wellness Wednesday. No. That's why you double book them, Chris. So you have a backup. My doctor, the good Dr. Himmel Kothary, will stop by in the 2:00 hour. He's going to talk about men's health and all the things that us older gentlemen in our 40s, and maybe even some of you in your 30s, should be doing things as you age and hit certain markers in life. And Dr. Kothary will break that down for us as he comes on in the 2:00 hour. And then we'll also talk about the San Francisco Giants and their attempt to celebrate Pride Month and have a Pride game in which they changed their uniforms. Basically, they had a new hat, and the hat had, I guess, the SF, I think, was in rainbow.
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And to the Giants' credit, look, it's the First Amendment. Not only do I have the right the freedom of speech, but I have the freedom to not be compelled to speak. Meaning, and that was the case with Tastries Bakeries here, and saying, look, my beliefs that you can't force me to say something or force me to do something. That's against my rights. That's the freedom of speech that I have, the freedom to speak and the freedom not to speak. And so they at least had to put the option in for the players to not wear the hat. You can wear the just the regular San Francisco Giants hat, right? That was the option. And I think one of the pitchers took that option and said, you know what? I'm just going to put on the hat, the regular hat, guys. I can't, for whatever reason, my beliefs or whatever it is, I can't support that. And so I'm just going to wear the regular hat. Well, a couple of the other players decided, no, we're going to wear the hat, but next to the logo with the rainbow design on it, we're going to go ahead and write a Bible verse on it. And the Bible verse was from Genesis, I believe, Genesis 9, and it's out of the story of Noah. Let's see how good Chris's Catholic upbringing is. Chris, you know Noah, right?
Yeah, the ark.
Yeah, the ark, the flood.
Yeah.
So, do you know why they chose a Genesis quote from the Bible and what the reference from Noah and the flood is? Well, that's what they were trying to send the message of. The gay community hijacked the rainbow and has taken it as their symbol. And these guys and Christians will tell you that no, the rainbow is actually a promise from God. And in Genesis, when God is looking to and fro on the earth, trying to find somebody that's righteous enough, he finds no one. He's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to flood the whole place, wipe all out mankind, and start over again until he finds Noah, his good and faithful servant. And he decides he's going to save Noah, even though Noah's kids are terrible. We'll learn in that story too. We won't get to that part where they strip him and leave him naked. It's the whole thing. The Bible's kind of funky sometimes. But he floods the earth. Noah travels around on his ark, finds land again, finally after years, and then God sends a promise, and he shows them the rainbow, and he tells them that every time you see a rainbow, that is my promise to you, that I will never flood the earth again. He didn't say he wasn't going to catch it on fire, or, to wipe everybody out again. He just said, I ain't going to flood the place again. And there was a reminder of that. Here is the rainbow. Here is a symbol of my promise to you. And that's what the rainbow is supposed to represent. And that's what they were doing. Well, you can imagine that would upset the LGBTQ plus community. A lot of things upset there. There's some sensitive folks, aren't they? Chris is like, why are you talking to me, Jared? Drag me in this.
As Tom Hardy once said in Mad Max, that's bait.
That's bait. I'm not bait. That's just a small little jokey joke. But they soft. Because they're all said there was a family, and it was a part of the rainbow family something. Because you can imagine can I just say gay night? Do I have to call it Pride Night? I can't no, it's not okay.
Yeah, they don't like the
That
word.
was a frown on that.
They frown on the word down, yeah.
Well, what does G mean? LBG.
Oh, it does. It
Okay.
means exactly what you think.
Okay, then. Why can't I just say,
well,
why can't I say lesbian night? Why can't I say gay night?
Because you're not including everybody else in the LGBTQ.
Well, it was LG gay BTQ night. What? It's right there. And they took gay too, because gay is happy. And now we can't even say, hey, Chris, I'm gay today. See?
No one was going around saying that in the first
You
place.
can't even use it anymore. It's like
The only time anybody ever heard that term was in the Flintstones. Let's all be honest.
No, I
We'll have
think
a gay old time. That's exactly what everybody remembers.
No, I think the Beatles used it in something, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember if they did, but they probably have in the past.
It's
They're
a
European,
gay old
they can
time.
do whatever they
It's a
want.
gay old time.
It's different for them.
See, I can't say gay old time. People don't think of it being happy. And it's the same thing for the rainbow. When people see the rainbow now, they don't think about God's promise to never flood the earth again. What do they think about? Gay people. I'm sorry, LGBTQ+. But apparently there's a bunch of people there, obviously, as it's Pride Night to celebrate Pride Month. It's just like females. I'm sorry, we're going everywhere today. It's just like females, Chris. Don't you reckon a female has a birthday? Is it just the day anymore? No. It's a week. Hell, it's a month. Whatever.
Airing some grievances out there.
I'm just saying. Is that not so?
It
It's like
depends on the
Father's
person.
Day. Father's Day, we don't say it's Father's Day week. We just go, hey, we get Sunday.
I've dated women that didn't want to celebrate at all.
Well, they don't like to celebrate births. Some of them don't like birthdays. This aging thing women are scared of. Yeah, send all your emails. jr@kernradio.com. Back to my offending of gay people, though. There was a lot of LGBTQ plus in the community in attendance at the game. A lot of them got offended. One said they had 2 children that were members of the LGBTQ plus community. Now, maybe I'm just ignorant, but the gay population isn't that much, right? I mean, in theory, in reality, is it a lot? And how common? I know there used to be a saying, there's one in every family, right? But what are the chances both of your kids are gay? Am I stupid for asking that question? What are the chances that both of your kids end up gay? And at that point, is it just something that y'all doing in that house? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm dead serious. What are those odds? Oh boy, Rusty's got a joke about something. I'm not even going to read it. I'll read it during the break, Rusty. But they were all offended and, I can't believe they let something like this happen. Well, the San Francisco Giants gave the players a warning. Said, you guys can't do that. You can't write on the uniforms. You can't do that. And then and to try to appease all sides, because then obviously the Christians start to get all mad and say, "Oh, you're only doing that because it's a Christian statement." They had to make sure and go, and it's not because it was a Bible verse. We've gotten mad at other people. We've had to give verbal warnings about uniforms. You can't write anything, not even "Hi, Mom," not even "Happy Father's Day." That's the statement that the Giants put out. But as always, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. We demand that they meet with the LGBTQ plus community. They need some sensitivity training. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. And it's always funny that the people that want to be included in things automatically start saying that other people aren't allowed to do things. How does that make sense? We're inclusive, except for you Christians over there. You're not allowed because you're mean to us. And I'm not even getting into the whole debate on whether or not homosexuality is a sin. And that was the other thing. They didn't even use the Bible verses that they could have gone and said, hey, look, right here in Leviticus, it clearly says. No, they just went with the rainbow thing. You guys going to use the rainbow to change our logo? We'll tell you what the rainbow really signifies, what it's supposed to mean. But it always cracks me up that the people that are screaming for inclusivity and everybody is welcome, is automatically the first ones to be like, no, you're not allowed here. Your thinking isn't allowed. Well, wait a second. You just said it was all inclusive. That we all got to say. That we all got to express our feelings. Isn't that what we wanted here? For everybody to be able to express themselves openly? If you want to openly express yourself as being gay, go right on ahead. Which then also makes me ask, where's the faith night? Do the Giants have faith night? Wasn't sure. They were celebrating faith night just to make sure everybody is included. And then yes, we'd also have to bring in the satanic crowd just to make sure they got included. And you can't leave anybody out, Chris. Yeah, everybody's got to participate. We got to make sure everybody gets a night, everybody gets a month, everybody gets a week. Everybody gets a holiday. Everybody gets a day off. Everybody. We can't afford that. We just can't. Not as a nation, not as people. It just, y'all are soft these days. Let's go to break, Chris. Y'all are soft. Y'all are soft. You don't need a day. You don't need a month. You don't need a week. How about we're all just human? We're all just trying to make it through life. I don't need to recognize your homosexuality, your whatever. You don't have to recognize mine. It's fine. I don't have heterosexual night. Do we? No. What do you? Never mind. I'm going to get in trouble. What do you pass out for on Pride Night? What's a good promotion? What, Chris?
Where are we going with this?
I'm asking you. I don't have.
Why are you asking me?
Because I wanted you to think about what would be a good promotion for Pride Night. If you guys,
San Francisco Pride flag.
If you guys have any ideas, feel free to share them. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. I'll tell you also about a little drug bust and what they found. Some crazy stories that are happening that I saw. Another person falls off a cliff in Brazil. People swept away on a beach, and a bear attack. Is anything safe anymore, Chris? Is anything safe anymore? I'll let you know about those stories. Coming up, it's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Thursday edition of the First Look program, we will chat with local psychologist Dr. Corey Gonzalez. We will have burritos, and yes, that second thing is better than that first thing. We will have state-of-the-art news and traffic, and yes, weather. It's not as bad as you think. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
And we're back. California Fruit Depot. Yes. Rob and Bob here. Advertising for California Fruit Depot. We've told you in the past. Yes. If you want to go, Google them. Yeah. Go out to Red Bank Road. They've got free lemons.
Exit 119.
Citrus, dates, date shakes, smoothies,
Free
lemonades.
parking.
So moving on.
Next topic.
California Fruit Depot has hired us, and now they are going to sponsor us. Our triumphant return back to the airwaves of Bakersfield.
Oh, nice. Yes.
You folks asked
We knew
for
it was coming. Thank you so much.
We're coming back.
Due to popular demand.
Our award-winning show will soon be gracing the airwaves of one of these stations.
The Marconi? Was it Emmy? Well, Peabody.
I think it was a Marconi.
A Pulitzer.
Yes.
One of those.
One of those awards we were almost nominated for. So we're going to be back on the air.
Yep, back on the air.
Sponsored by Cal Fruit Depot, home of the Navel Orange,
And
orange
free
juice,
all the lemons you can eat.
and free lemons. Again, come back out and get the free lemons. Google us at calfruitdepot.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore, and every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on Newstalk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
How come this sounds like U2?
Because it is.
I know. They were like Coldplay before Coldplay.
Sure.
No?
Sure. No, that's a fair statement.
Just saying.
I prefer Coldplay. I think a lot of people prefer Coldplay.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
I mean, the songs are better.
It's Pride Night. It's great promotion.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. Gosh.
Whoa.
Man. JR at KernRadio.com. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, KernRadio.com, Kern Radio app, and all the other social media and all that stuff. 661-842-5376. Anybody else chiming in on the chat board before we get to the next hour? And Dr. Kothary, my doctor, coming in, talking about men's health. Anything on the text board?
Yeah, we got one here that says lube with a crying face. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right.
That's not me. That's
you
not.
Asked the question.
You
brought this up,
but I didn't say go there. Could have done anything like
people of faith going out there talking
like fanny packs.
I should be ashamed.
Fanny packs? That wouldn't be a good one.
My dad wore a fanny pack my entire childhood. Don't you start with that.
Neon shorts? Huh?
That was more of a 90s thing.
Just saying. What else? You guys can think of some things. Chime in. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. That's the number to do so. What was I talking about before we went to the break? I don't even remember. They did a cleanup on the bike trail yesterday. Or was it yesterday? The day before, I think. Bakersfield Police Department, the impact unit, cleaned up something over there on Coffee and 24th Street last week. Resulted in 10 arrests. Outstanding citizens there we have. They're just down on their luck, Chris. How dare they arrest those 10 people? They're just down on their luck. We're all one paycheck away from being homeless, Chris. How dare they arrest those 10 people? They were arrested for crimes relating to illegal camping, possessing narcotics, and for having active warrants. Just down on their luck, Chris. That's all. They didn't do anything to deserve that. That warrant, that was nothing. And those drugs, those weren't even mine. They also picked up about 46 tons of trash. That is ridiculous. But those fine citizens got to take a break. It's a Wellness Wednesday. My doctor, Dr. Kothary, stops in. Talk about men's health. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be back.
Kern Radio, AM 1230, KERN. 96.1 FM, K241CI, Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
Hour from Town Hall, I'm Keith Peters in Washington.
President Trump is delaying the nomination of his pick for National Intelligence Director.
President Donald Trump says he's holding off on Jay Clayton's nomination to head the National Intelligence Agency. Clayton had been scheduled to appear Wednesday for a Senate confirmation hearing. In a social media post, Trump says he'll keep acting director Bill Pulte right now as he works on getting Congress to pass a voter ID bill that would require people to show ID in order to vote. That bill lacks enough support for passage in either chamber, but lawmakers in both parties said Pulte lacks experience. Democrats had said they wouldn't renew an expired surveillance program until Trump withdrew Pulte's nomination. Now Trump is accusing Democrats of going back on their word. Donna Horter, Washington.
Tropical Storm Arthur formed Wednesday off the Gulf Coast of Texas, becoming the first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season. National Hurricane Center forecaster Dan Brown says Arthur is hitting Texas and Louisiana first.
It's likely to move onshore later today, this afternoon or evening. And then, a lot of the winds have already been occurring along portions of the coast of Texas and Louisiana. And there's also been a lot of heavy rainfall that's kind of preceded both the development of the storm and the center of the storm. And that rainfall is likely to continue into the afternoon, evening hours, but it's also going to shift further to the east across parts of the southeast U.S. As the storm weakens.
The Federal Reserve kept its key rate unchanged Wednesday, yet nearly half the central bank's policymakers said they could support a rate hike later this year. Wall Street didn't like that report. The Dow was down by 507 points, the Nasdaq lower by 354, the S&P declined 91. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
There has been a dead...
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update.
The names of the 8 people killed in the Monday crash. I'm Chris Davis. Those names have been released by the Air Force, and some of them were from California. Here are the names. 53-year-old Colonel Gregory Watson, a weapons systems officer with Boeing and a reservist assigned to the 10th Air Force Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base, Fort Worth, Texas, from Shreveport, Louisiana. 40-year-old Lieutenant Colonel Gabriel Estrella, the weapons systems officer with the Air Force Operational Test and Evaluation Center, Detachment 5, Edwards Air Force Base. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Miles Middleton, age 50, a pilot with Boeing, from Tehachapi. Major Alexander Davis, age 34, a weapons systems officer with the 419th Flight Test Squadron in Lancaster, California. Major Robert D., age 40, a pilot with the 419th, also from Edwards Air Force Base. Major Brad Hovey, age 35, a pilot from the 419th Flight Test Squadron, Edwards Air Force Base. 32-year-old Jeremy Smith, a flight test engineer from the 419th from Rosamond. 41-year-old Christopher Richard, a flight test engineer, Lancaster, California. Illegal gambling and illegal smoking were both happening at the Cloud9 Mini Mart on Brundage Lane, say Bakersfield police, who busted that establishment and one employee Tuesday afternoon just before 2 because of complaints from customers, says the police department. If you've noticed a drone flying around Wasco, that may be the drone that's being tested by the police department, which is part of their new drone program they say they will be putting into effect soon. The drone can go ahead of police and fire personnel to emergencies, getting there a lot faster and sending back vital data. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Please.
Flores, time this up. Thank you very
I
much.
had 3 more seconds, and I have the whole thing.
Just,
I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show. From Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex, here is your host, JR.
Welcome back. Second hour of the program. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. Download the Current Radio app to your smart device. Just look up Current Radio. Social media, just look up Current Radio. Also streaming live on YouTube. Head over there right now and search up Current Radio. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and watch us from the studios right here live. They are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. You call them for IT. The guy that I call whenever I have health issues or whenever I need to get in and see a doctor is my doctor, the one, the only, the best doctor in all the land. What is your official title? Chief Medical Officer, I believe, for Dignity Health in all of the region, Mr. Emil Kothary. Good afternoon, doctor. How are you, sir?
Oh, Jared, those are too many kind words. Thank you so much.
How long have I known you now, Dr. Kothary? At least a decade, right?
Absolutely.
I think we both have kids around the same age, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
How is the boy?
Fantastic.
Yeah, getting big, I imagine. What is he, about 10, 11 now?
11. He's 11, yes.
Yeah.
Almost 12.
Yeah, because I remember my daughter's about 9.5, 10 now, and it wasn't too long before that. Because your son's name is also my daughter's brother's name.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that connection. So.
Yeah, I won't say what your son's name is because I ain't giving out all kinds of personal information, doctor, but I believe they shared the similar name. So yeah, I remember all those things. Yeah, so it's been about 10, heck, probably longer than that because I don't think you had him when we met.
But you're absolutely right. Yeah, because we started on Ralph Bailey way before.
Yeah, a long time back before, at least 12, 13 years now. But goodness gracious. And one of the things we'll be talking about today is men's health and preventative health and getting in and seeing your doctor. One of the things I didn't start doing, Dr. Kothary, is getting in to see you until I had my daughter. That was when I finally started to take it at least somewhat serious and at least getting in for yearly physicals.
Right. And we always say, right, better late than never.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess I just needed that something to get me there because before that it was me and I didn't have anybody else worried about me, depending on me, you know what I mean, to provide for them. And now I realized, wait, I have this little child, this little being that is depending on dad to take care of them. So I better start taking care of myself so I can at least be around for her, right?
Absolutely correct.
Yeah, and so that's what we're kind of talking about here. Last year, I went in and got my baseline numbers, right, which is good.
Right.
And then, but I still haven't, Doc. I'm 46. Well, I'll be 46 in July. What are some of the things that I should be doing that I probably shouldn't? I haven't done yet.
So let's start with what you have done. Obviously, the baseline blood work, right? That's important because that gives us a little framework on what's going on with your health. Beyond that, the other thing that we actually start a little earlier is screening for prostate cancer. And then at 45, it used to be 50, it's now 45, is colon cancer screening.
Right. And so I should be getting in for colonoscopy.
Correct.
I should have got in last year.
Once again, better late than never.
Can you just refer me now, Doc? Just go ahead and write me a referral right now. Send it over so we can get that scheduled.
No, we should. Yeah, absolutely. We'll take care of that.
What is it with men that we're just we put it off? We wait until something is wrong, until we finally start to feel something that's maybe this is a little bit amiss. And then even then sometimes, Doc, we'll wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months.
I think, it just goes back to prehistoric times, right? We're supposed to be macho. We're supposed to have everything under control. We never want to have something catch us off guard, right? And if you go into a doctor's office and they give you some bad news, so for some reason, some of us feel less manly, right? Which is not true. It's, getting into a doctor's office, getting screened for something, and if we find something, you catch it early enough, no matter what it is, you have a higher likelihood of curing that whatever condition it could be, even cancer.
Yeah. What are some of the most common things that men overlook?
The biggest thing that all of us overlook is mental health.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
There's the big taboo that comes along with that as well. So a lot of us skip over that. The other big one is our skin, right? We just feel the skin is not something that we ever even think about.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Cardiovascular disease, number one killer of men in the country. We talked about prostate and colon, but the other big one is testicular cancer, right? That usually hits us men at younger ages, usually between 17 and 40.
Wow.
And that's a self-screening exam. Just like women do breast exams,
right?
We encourage young men to do testicle exams.
And just to look for irregularities and maybe a possible lumps or anything?
Yeah, any lumps or bumps, have it checked out.
Really? Well, that leads to my next question is, what are some of the things that we shouldn't ignore? Like, obviously, if there's blood or anything, we shouldn't ignore that. But what are some of the other things?
I think the big ones are your body will tell you when something's wrong. Unfortunately, it tells you a little too late. But if you just say, you know what, I'm not feeling right, something's not right, you got to go in and get it checked out. Let us do a full workup on you. Let's make sure that we check everything. And then, keeping up with your yearly exams. If you're healthy otherwise, we tell people to come in once a year. After the age of 40, you should be getting annual exams.
Yeah, like I said, that's about when I started. It was about 37, and I said, at least just let me go in once a year. So if something does pop up the next year that looks a little irregular, you have this baseline, this history that you can look back on and go, okay, the last 4 years you've been here, and all of a sudden this thing is peaking.
Right.
It just makes sense.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, one of the things, for example, prostate, right? We look at, what we call a PSA, which is a prostate-specific antigen. It's a marker that will go up in times of cancer. Now, it doesn't always go up just for cancer. It goes up for other things as well. But we monitor that. We monitor that year over year. And if we see a little spike, we start looking into it.
Yeah, I mean,
once again, prostate cancer, if you catch it early enough, 100% curable.
And that becomes the issue with prostate, and it affects like older men that end up with prostate cancer. And most of the time, like you said, if you catch it early, you get that early screening, and you could do something about it.
Right. And the downside of prostate cancer is there typically isn't any symptoms until it's too late. Then you start getting back pains, and it means this thing's already spread.
And once it gets to other regions, then that's when we start to get in trouble.
Exactly.
And that's why it's important to get those early screenings, get those PSA numbers, just so you'll know, again, just to create those baselines for your doctor to be able to have that history, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And I think a lot of people are concerned about getting prostate checks, because we do prostate checks as well. And it's really not that big of a deal. I have to get mine done as well.
Oh, yeah.
You get a finger in your bottom, we all have to do it.
It's just a part of life, and it could very well save your life.
Correct. Very much so. I used to have a attending physician who was one of our senior doctors would always tell us, if you don't put a finger in it, you may end up putting a foot in it.
Oh, yeah, and you don't want to do that. That's a good way to remember. Outside of checkups, what can we be doing just as far as trying to take care of ourselves, be healthier? What are some preventative things that we should be doing daily? I know I talk about it all the time. I'm going to start running, or, I'm going to start exercising a little bit more. What things should we be doing?
So the new trend right now is everyone wants to live longer, right? Longevity, right? The three things that will help you with this, right, is your diet, right? We talk about that all the time. Exercising, which you just mentioned, and then sleep. Sleep has now been shown to play a huge factor. We've always known that, right? You've got to get good enough sleep to where your body, gets rejuvenated. It does. It does rejuvenate some of its cells. It repairs itself. There's a lot of benefits on sleep as well. So those three things are probably the best things you can do for yourself.
I'm probably failing on all three of those right now, Doc. Well, I've been living at there was some construction going on in my place, so I couldn't live there. I was living out of a hotel, which was cool for the first week. It felt like vacation, right? But then you have to eat out all the time. They have the continental breakfast, and I can get the yogurt and a fruit or something, but for the rest of the day, it's eating out. It was fast food or restaurants, which taste good, but they're high in sodium, which isn't great for you. And you know what I mean? A good home cooked meal, healthy, is what's important. So I haven't been getting that lately. Stress has been a lot, so that's been affecting my sleep, and I just haven't had time to exercise. What is a good first step for me to go to? What is the first like something that I could do that I could feel like I could accomplish that every single day?
So here's my take on all this. I have a word that I use with everyone. It's moderation, right? So when you're eating out, things that aren't good for you, eat them in moderation. And then the exercise piece, just go for a walk.
Just a simple walk. It doesn't have to be a run. It doesn't have to be high intensity, not at first anyways.
Right. And, even if you go for a walk, you tire your body out, chances are you'll probably sleep better. You increase your dopamine levels, you reduce your stress levels, which will help you sleep better as well. So they're all interconnected.
Yeah, they really are. And again, and like you mentioned earlier, mental health, I mean, that can affect so many things. Just like I mentioned, sleep alone. If you're stressing about something, you're not going to get much sleep. You're going to be too stressed out. And then you're going to be too stressed out. And then you're not going to want to feel like going to, like you said, go out for a walk. So not only does the walk help you physically, but it can also help you mentally.
Correct. And you got to break that cycle somewhere. And, it's got to be you doing it.
And as our mutual friend, Ralph Bailey, likes to ask people, how do you eat an elephant, doctor?
Yeah, one bite at a time.
One bite at a time. You can't take on the whole thing at once. You just one bite at a time, slowly start to make those changes in your lifestyle, slowly start to change your diet, introduce, healthier foods in there, get into routines and habits. That's what I say all the time. Not only kids, Doc, thrive well with structure, but adults do too. I mean, let's just be honest.
No, I agree with that 100%.
If we have structure, let's say every day I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock and I'm going to spend time just journaling or meditating and praying or whatever, and then after that, I am going to take that walk. Maybe it's just taking the dog out for a walk and you get out, get some fresh air, get some walk in. And it's just those small little things that you add to your day can make huge differences down the road.
Right. And you're absolutely right. Once you get into that routine and it does truly become a routine for you, it's not a big deal. Then you're used to it now. It becomes a habit.
A good habit.
Right.
Because we all know we probably all have way too many bad habits, and those are easy to start. How come bad habits seem easier to start than good habits, Doc?
That's always a good question to ask. I don't know the answer.
That's just crazy. Any other advice for men out there, Dr. Kai?
Honestly, it's, all kidding aside, get a baseline blood test at the least. It's shocking how much information we can get just off a single blood test.
Yeah, every time I go in there, that's you check me out. The first thing you do is, all right, we're going to order some blood, or even before I go in for the physical, it's like, go ahead and just run the blood. So when you come in, already got all the numbers back, and we can go over them together and point out some things that maybe you need to change. And maybe it is like cholesterol, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, maybe we should cut this out of your diet. Maybe you can add this to your day to help change those things. And it's just knowing, and then you can take those steps to improve those things.
Right. And that's what we try and do, is we just try and arm you with as much information about yourself, so you know why we're doing certain things, or why you're going to be doing certain things. If you don't know why you're doing them, you're probably not going to want to do them. So the more information we can give you, the more information you can have about your health, the better you're going to be likely to follow a plan.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I need to get in and see you, Dr. K. So I'm going to make an appointment. We can get that colonoscopy scheduled, and I'll share it with my listeners so they too can at least maybe feel a little more comfortable in getting it done themselves. I'll try to set the example. How about that?
that's always a great thing.
That's what I believe. So thanks, Dr. K. I know you're busy. You've got so much to do. What is your official title? Chief Medical Officer, right?
Yeah, so I have a couple titles: the Chief Medical Officer of Mercy Hospitals of Bakersfield, and then I'm also the Chief Medical Officer for the Central Valley market.
That's pretty big market right there. That's not just Bakersfield. That stretches far and wide, and then you have to deal with patients like me still too.
Oh, I love it. That's the part I love.
Well, I enjoy seeing you, Dr. K. I know it's only once a year, but right now let's just keep it that way, okay? I don't want to have to. If I see you too much,
as long as you stay healthy, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll get in there, and hey, happy Father's Day, sir.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon, Dr. Kothary. Appreciate it. Thank you. Dr. Hemel Kothary is the Chief Medical Officer here locally, Mercy Hospitals, and for the Central Valley as well. I remember when he was just Dr. K. Now he's all big shot. Nah, I'm just kidding. Love me, Dr. Kothary. He has helped keep me healthy, at least over the last decade. Again, don't lie to your doctors. I can tell that man anything. Got to get to a break. On the other side, tell you some crazy stories on the internet. Another woman falls off a cliff in Brazil. Well, at least this one wasn't thrown off a cliff anyways. Bear attacks. Women on the beach getting swept away as they sleep. All kinds of warnings. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back. Why is my dog running around here? Did you see that? I'll be back. I got to go chase my dog.
Current Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
So we're one of the few that are reporting they've identified one of the 8 members aboard that B-52, the crash at Edwards. They've identified one of the men as Lieutenant Colonel Miles Middleton, a decorated test pilot. And there were also government contractors and 2 Boeing employees in the plane as well. And he leaves behind a wife and 2 children.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Hey man, how's business going these days?
Oh, not that good. I'm really struggling to find qualified employees for my business.
Oh, really? Have you tried reaching out to Employers Training Resource? They understand that having the right staff can significantly impact your company.
Really? How can they assist me?
Well, they promoted my jobs, held the recruitment, and pre-screened my job applicants, and they even set up the interviews, all at no cost. And they even offer financial hiring incentives like on-the-job training.
Wow, that sounds great. How do I get this?
Simple. All you have to do is call Employers Training Resource at 661-325-HIRE. That's 661-325-4473. Or visit their website at employerstrainingresource.com.
This Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act Equal Opportunity Employer Program is funded by the U.S. Department of Labor's Employment and Training Administration. For full federal funding disclosure details, visit employerstrainingresource.com/WDD/federal-funding-disclosure. Auxiliary aids and services available upon request.
Most people don't want more financial information. They want clarity. They want to know they're making the right moves and that someone's actually paying attention. That's what we do at MoneyWise. We help you organize your financial life, plan for what's ahead, and make decisions with confidence, whether retirement is around the corner or still years away. And now you'll find us in a new place, the historic Woolworths building, right in the heart of downtown Bakersfield. A piece of local history reimagined for what's next. MoneyWise, thoughtful planning, real conversations. Visit moneywiseguys.com to get started.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through LPL Financial. LPL Financial and MoneyWise Wealth Management are independently owned and operated.
Step into the spotlight at the all-new and always thrilling Hard Rock Casino Tejon, just 15 miles south of Bakersfield. Play your favorites across over 2,000 slot machines, plus baccarat, blackjack, roulette, and craps. And with Unity, whatever you do, you get rewarded. Play here and redeem at other Hard Rock properties. Enjoy live entertainment, exceptional dining, and energy only Hard Rock can deliver. Hard Rock Casino Tejon. It all happens here. Must be 21 or older. Concerned about your gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KRN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online at currentradio.com. You can download the Current Radio app to your smart device and take us anywhere and watch us streaming live on YouTube. Want to thank Dr. Emil Kothary for coming on. He's a busy, busy man. He not only has his patients like I am one of his patients. He is my doctor. He's my primary care physician. And not only does he have to do that, but then he's, like he stated, he is the chief medical officer for Mercy Hospitals in Bakersfield. And then he is also the chief medical officer for Dignity Health in the Central Valley. So he's got a lot of things to do. And then he's got to do interviews with us about men's health. And so I appreciate him taking his time out of his busy, busy schedule to do so. And again, wish him a happy Father's Day. I knew his son was right around the same age as my daughter. I've known Emil for at least 12, 13, 14 years. It trips me out sometimes when I say those things and go, oh yeah, how long have we been doing this? Or how long have I known you now? How long have we been talking to you on the radio for? If not as part of this or as part of Richard Bean Show, as part of Ralph Bailey Show, I've been doing this for 15, 16 years now. And so every time I go back and think, man, I've known a lot of these people for over a decade. A good 10 years of my life, I've known and built a lot of these relationships. And so I thank Dr. Emil Kothary for not just coming on the show, but also taking care of me, keeping me healthy and making sure that I'm going to stick around at least for a little longer for my daughter, if anything. Not for y'all. I would have been on the bridge like that guy last night. Did you see that on the 58? They had another jumper out there on 58 in Union. And he kept going back and forth to like westbound and eastbound or whatever. And so they had to keep at one point, I think they shut down both lanes of traffic or both ways of traffic. And they had the big yellow thing out for him underneath them and everything. And eventually they cut through the fence and the guy just hopped back onto the other side. Like, really? All that?
Jump.
I mean, look. I know you're not supposed to say it, right? Because you don't want anybody to commit suicide. You don't want anybody to jump. But if you're going to go out there and you're going to do it, just do it. What are you waiting for? You just want attention at that point. I'm sorry.
It is. Half these people just want attention.
I'm sorry. Send the emails to cburdick@American-General-Media.
Those you can send to me.
.com.
I'll be the first to say,
But seriously,
I've struggled with depression. I've had many bouts with it. And trust me,
Yes.
there have been moments where I've thought about it, but I've never thought about jumping off a bridge.
but I never climbed up on the bridge and thought about it then. No, once I climbed on the bridge, I already knew what I was doing. Like,
No, it's very well known. Most of these guys just want someone to talk to.
if I get to the bridge at that point, I figured I'm already made up my mind. I'm not thinking about it anymore, right?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. And speaking about falling off things, did you see this? The latest out of Brazil? You remember the girl that got thrown off, thought she was bungee jumping, and they failed to tie the bungee to her and threw her to her death? Well, there's another woman now. She was a hiker in Brazil, and she fell off the side of a cliff. There was nothing crazy going on. They said she stopped to apply sunscreen. She got a little too close to the edge. She lifted her leg up to put sunscreen on, and she slipped and started to fall. And then the next thing you know, somebody tries to grab her arm. Too late. 100 feet to her death. 50-some-year-old woman out of Brazil. And now with the other story, the woman that got thrown to her death with the bungee jumpers, Turns out that company wasn't even licensed to do those types of things. And then they asked the 3 gentlemen that got arrested, so who was responsible for tying her up? All 3 of them looked at each other like, no say. They said, we asked you in Spanish. I don't know then. It's the JR Show. We'll be right back.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. A memorandum of understanding to be signed Friday by the United States and Iran calls for Tehran to, at minimum, dilute its enriched uranium and would waive but not permanently end sanctions on the country. That's according to U.S. officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity to read the draft language, which Iran has not released. The deal would also open up the Strait of Hormuz toll-free for 2 months. The Federal Reserve kept its key rate unchanged Wednesday, yet nearly half the central bank's policymakers said they could support a rate hike later this year, an unexpectedly aggressive outcome that would disappoint President Trump and suggest heightened concerns about persistent inflation. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 507 points. More details at srnnews.com.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to...
Headlines from the KERN newsroom.
The names of 8 people killed in Monday's crash at Edwards Air Force Base now made public. And the Air Force says they are 53-year-old Colonel Gregory Watson, who is from Shreveport, Louisiana. 40-year-old Lieutenant Colonel Gabriel Estrella, who was a weapons systems officer at Edwards Air Force Base. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Miles Middleton, age 50, a pilot from Boeing, who was from Tehachapi. 34-year-old Major Alexander Davis with the 419th Flight Test Squadron from Lancaster. 40-year-old Major Robert D. with the 419th Flight Test Squadron from Edwards Air Force Base. 35-year-old Major Brad Hovey, a pilot with the 419th. 32-year-old Jeremy Smith, a flight test engineer with the 419th from Rosamond. And 41-year-old Christopher Richard, flight test engineer and a contractor from Lancaster. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 at AM 1230. KERN.
Kern Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Oh, it's already Wednesday, which means I can get to the stockyard even sooner. Where's the stockyard? What is the stockyard, you ask? Well, it's a little speakeasy right next to Casey's Steakhouse, 2525 F Street. You wouldn't even know it's there. You're going to see some ropes. You're going to see a carpet. Walk up to the door, ring the doorbell. When they ask you what's the password, tell them, why not JR? They're going to let you in. You're going to walk into one of the finest establishments, not only in Bakersfield, not only in Kern County, but probably all of California. It's like you walk into a time travel. They take you back to the days of Speak Easy. Come on in. You can get appetizers off the menu from Casey's Steakhouse if you're hungry. Have a drink with Haley. Heck, I'll be in there this weekend. They also got live music going. And if you're looking to host a party, they got a banquet room. Maybe you got a birthday, a bridal shower. Get a hold of them over at the Stockyard, 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 6 p.m. to close. Come hang out with me and Haley. It's the Stockyard.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked.
My friend, come on back. Remember the guy that was out here on the bridge the last time, and the pastors came in and saved him. The Pastor Vietti and one of their other pastors over there at Valley Bible Fellowship came in and talked to the man and talked him off the ledge, just like that. And speaking of them, I'll have the Pastor Vietti's son, Josh Vietti. Pastor Josh Vietti will be our guest Friday on the show. We're going to talk about dads and fathers and being he's a pastor, so he's got kids, so he's a pastor dad, but then his dad is also, so he grew up a pastor's kid, so he knows what that feeling is like, and how is he doing it in comparison, I guess, maybe to his dad. Maybe I'll just tell him to bring his dad with him. Hey, why don't you and dad come? It's Father's Day weekend. I'll interview you and your dad.
Might as well.
Yeah, and then we can talk about the good father.
You know, I was thinking about doing that on Friday on Early Bird.
What's
having
that?
Me Sparky
Yeah,
call
bring
our
your dads. You totally should. That'd be cool. Be totally cool.
I don't know if my dad's going to be available, though. He works in the freaking school system, and they're always busy.
They're always busy. Well, it's summer, though, so he might have some free time.
I'm sorry, I should specify. He's at the school district. Don't get summers.
Oh, yeah. They don't get summers off. Yes, Katie, I'll send that to you. Oh, wait, she doesn't listen. Andre, I just looked. Andre Gonzalez is celebrating first place in his assembly race, I guess. He posted this about an hour ago. He has officially taken over first place from Sal Ione. Do you want to know how much by? 23 votes. My dude is celebrating because he spent millions and millions of dollars to win by 23 votes. While Sal didn't spend not even like a quarter, probably a tenth of that. Are you serious? Yeah, celebrate, Andre, that you picked up in the last couple of weeks, because this is the first time you were leading that race, by the way. First time. But go ahead and make a big post about how now you're in the lead for the 35th Assembly. Woohoo! Come on. Let's celebrate. Oh. Bye. What are we celebrating? Are we celebrating? Wait, I don't think he's celebrating for the same reasons we're celebrating, Chris. He's celebrating because he's winning now, and he thinks he's gonna make Sacramento. Well, I guess we're celebrating the same things, because we hope he's leaving for Sacramento too. I'm always torn, and I apologize to Mr. Ione. I apologize to him in person. I'm torn, dude. I get it's hard sometimes, because as much as I don't want him to be I don't think he deserves to be an assemblyman. I don't think he's done anything that, at least in this community, that I can think of, that is actually the whole community as an entirety has benefited from. But at the same time, if this is my chance to get Andre Gonzalez off of the city council, I'm almost willing to knock door to door for him. Get out of my city. Your vote 1 out of 60 and 67 in Sacramento doesn't matter, but your vote out of 1 and 7 at the Bakersfield City Council does. The only good thing, that if he does lose and Mr. Ione goes on to become the assemblyman, we'll have great representation up there, and then we'll only have to put up with Andre for 2 more years, and then he'll find another seat to run for. I promise. I promise. Got to take a break real fast. I shouldn't have drank that shake from Sonic. But I'll be right back.
I love Sonic.
I love Sonic. I love Sonic. Take a break. On the other side, we'll find out what we learned on the JR Show. Coming up next, it is the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back. Okay, I always fill you guys in. I always feel bad for YouTube because I don't ever tell. All right, I feel bad for the radio, but I don't feel bad enough to tell them that I'm out. I gotta go drop my daughter off at see, this is my brain right now. I can't think about anything. Theater camp. She's got theater camp at 3:00, and nobody can take her, so I'm taking her, and then yeah, I'll be back. So be good to each other out there. All right, you guys. There's no music.